Hello, everybody. Welcome back. CJEvolution podcast. I'm Pat Fitzgibbons, your host and creator. Get ready for this solo episode next on the CJEvolution podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you are doing well. And special thanks to you, the criminal justice professional, the first responder, whatever you were doing, wherever you were at. Thank you for doing it. And remember this. No matter what the media says, no matter what is going on in the world, you are loved, honored, and respected by many. I know it doesn't seem like it, but you are. Remember that always. Please stay strong. Stay faithful to your cause, whatever that may be. You are doing a good job, and take care of yourself. Now, I'm going to talk about some things in this solo episode that might trigger you. Trigger warning for this episode. Let's dive in next on the CJEvolution podcast. You know, I wear a bracelet on my wrist. I don't know if you can see it. It's this one right here. But it says Memento Mori. Now, some of you might know what this means. Memento Mori is an ancient symbol. It's gone back a long time. And the translation means the inevitability of death. I know that sounds grim to some of you, maybe all of you. But I wear this always on my wrist to remind myself that I am going to die. I don't know when. We don't know when. None of us know when our time is up. But we are all going to die. You're going to die. Every living thing on this planet is going to die at some point. So I wear this to remind myself every once in a while that I am going to not be here forever. I know a lot of us think we are. We don't think about death. We don't want to think about death. Some of us do, unfortunately. That's the reality of our existence. We are born and we are going to die. But we need to live our lives the way we want to live our lives. I know that sounds difficult for some of you. You have the power. And I always wonder, I know this sounds grim, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. I wonder for those souls out there, and I'm going to get deep. I wonder for those souls who have taken their own lives, and it's horrible. It is such a horrible thing when one commits suicide. But I wonder what happens after somebody does that. I wonder if the soul regrets. Because no matter what your belief, our soul is designed to live the life we need to live while we're here on earth. Now, I'm not trying to get into a religious discussion, but I personally believe somebody who takes their own life, and I know there's a lot of people in pain. I'm not trying to mitigate that. I'm just saying, this is what I believe, because I was at that point. I don't think the suffering stops when somebody commits suicide. I think the soul, and this is just my belief, is further tormented after death, after somebody takes their own life. I think the soul is tormented even further because they are shown what could have been in their lives if they kept going. If they pushed through the anguish and the suffering and they sought help and got the help they needed. And they opened their eyes that we're not here for a very long time. I think that's what happens. Again, that is just my opinion. I'm not trying to downplay the seriousness of somebody taking their own lives or suicide. I'm not trying to downplay that. I'm just saying my personal belief, when I was thinking about taking my own life and I was contemplating it and I had suicidal ideations, I was thinking, is my suffering going to stop? Or am I going to enter into a new realm, whatever you call it, of suffering because I'm going to be shown, Pat, this is what could have been if you would have kept the course. If you would have kept trying. Is life hard? Yes, it is hard. But I think sometimes we make it harder than it is. Instead of opening our lives, taking our consciousness to the next level, being open to things, letting people help you. Because, like I said, folks, the only truth in this life, or one of them, is you're going to die. I'm going to die. Hopefully not for a very long time. But how do you want to go? How do I want to go? I want to go fighting and knowing that I lived the life I was born to live. Yes, you make mistakes and you make errors in judgment. We all know that. But when I die, when I'm on my deathbed, I want to look back and say, you know, I did the best I could with what I had, with what God gave me. And at least I tried instead of giving up, like so many of our brothers and sisters do. And it's horrible. And I pray for them all. Don't waste your life. Don't give up on your life. Please, whatever you have to do to keep going, keep pushing through. And remember that you have much support. You have a ton of support out there. I know it doesn't seem like it in today's environment, but you do. There are so many organizations out there, so many treatment facilities that you can go to, so many counselors, so many people dedicated to helping you, the first responder. So as you go throughout your day-to-day, please, I want you to think about your life and about what you're dealing with right now. Don't ponder on it. I'm not trying to say lament on it. I'm just saying what you're dealing with right now, and you can overcome it. But you got to keep your mind open. And you have to remember that life is not forever. And you are given this life for a reason, to make an impact, to make your mark. And so many people, I think, waste that opportunity. I was one of them. I almost took my life because I didn't see what was in front of me. And again, I'm not trying to paint some rosy picture of lollipops and rainbows that nothing is ever going to hurt you, or nothing is everything's going to be great and you're never going to suffer. Yes, that is life, but you can choose to go forward and get to a point where your life where you can say, you know what, I did the best I could with what I had. Don't take your life. Don't take your life. You know, it might seem like the option, might seem like you are going to get rid of your suffering. We don't know what's going to happen after death. We all have our beliefs. Some people don't believe anything, and that's up to them. Just don't waste your life. Please. Memento Mori. Think about that. That your life is not forever. And eventually, you will die. And how do you want to go out? I know it's a depressing podcast, but I woke up today thinking about this and looking at my wrist and kind of where I have this Memento Mori bracelet on, thinking that life for me is not forever. Eventually I will die. And what do I want to do with the remainder of my life? That's what you got to be asking yourself right now. I don't care how old you are. Think about it. You want to live in happiness? You want to live with going after your dreams and what you want to do with your life? Or do you want to live in bitterness and sorrow and anger and resentment? That'll kill you quicker than anything else. So go out there. Have a good day. And remember, we love you. We love you. Have much support. And I would love to hear from you. Reach out to me, CJEvolution.com. If you want to come on my show, share your journey, let me know. I'm always looking for new guests. Take care, everybody. Be safe. Look after each other. And thank you for what you do.